The internet is filled with billions of facts, but if current trends continue, there'll be 657 billion more in 12 months from now. Most of them aren't worth looking at, but a lot of them really are. Join me as we look at these facts that make you say something like, I had no idea. Apple headphones. Most headphones have two holes, one larger one for the sound and a smaller one for the mic, but Apple headphones look like they were developed by some sort of Swiss cheese company or something. Don't get it twisted, it's not like they were copying cheese for money. These holes help with the pressurized air that happens in headphones. As fresh air goes in and pressurized air comes out, it helps with the sound absorption. So next time you're getting rickrolled for that quality sound, make sure you have Apple headphones. iPhone clock app. Let's talk about the iPhone clock app. I bet when you got your phone, it was one of the first apps that you threw into a folder and completely ignored. I mean, you already have a clock on the top of your phone anyway, but I bet there was a feature you probably missed. While most icons sit motionless, this clock app is actually a moving timepiece. If you look at it, you'll be able to see the hands start to move, but don't waste much time looking at it. It's supposed to tell time, not waste it. The USB logo, easily corrupted and one sharp tug away from being snapped in half. Most people wouldn't associate the USB with the literal god of the ocean, especially since water is known to break these devices, but that's exactly where the icon comes from. It's actually based on Poseidon's trident. Poseidon's trident has 3 triangles on each prong, while the icon has a circle and square on both sides. I know what you're thinking, why this and not some other sharp pointy object? The alterations were made to give more universality and to showcase the multifunction purpose of this device. The Dairy Queen lid. It's time to stop being such a baby and doing immature things the immature way, like skating around and falling over yourself because of ice cream. I bet when you buy it, you hold it like this and turn your fingers into icicles, but that's just the price you have to pay, right? No, it really doesn't have to be that way. The ice cream lid at Dairy Queen can also be doubled as an ice cream holder so your hands can be warm like an adult. Ketchup containers. Now it's time for me to get on your ass about how you've been using these wrong your whole life. They're so small you can't put your finger in, let alone a hamburger. But that's because these ketchup containers are actually industrial origami. You take the small container and tug on it until it becomes more like a plate. Now you can dip anything you'd like into it. Congratulations, you're finally eating like an adult. The power button shape. Go ahead and look at the power button on any electronical device. Go ahead. Have you ever wondered why it looks that way? As long as you weren't looking at alien technology, you would have seen this. This symbol is a combination of the universal sign for on, which is a line, and off, which is a circle. Using this symbol, developers were able to break past any language barrier. The Bluetooth symbol, on the other hand, didn't come from some boring technological book, but rather the name of this Viking peace king, Harald Bluetooth. It's written in the Nordic and Scandinavian runes. Your fuel arrow. Have you ever pulled up to the gas station to get gas only to park on the wrong side of the gas pump, filling yourself up with so much rage that you could just pick up your car and throw it somewhere because without looking, you know everyone is shaking their head at you? What if I told you there was a way that you can check which side your gas is on without even getting out of your car? It's this right here. This little arrow can show you which side you're supposed to park on. So next time, check your arrow. Pen cap holes. Little children love to shove all kinds of stupid crap in their mouths, which is why production companies love putting these choking hazard warnings on almost all of their products. Surprising no one, before these holes were added, pen cap choking deaths were over 100 a year. These little holes are more than just some quirky design. They're made to help children from choking on them. If they accidentally swallow it, there's enough room for them to breathe. Airplane window holes. Are these teeny holes the work of gremlins, or is it just a fatal flaw design in your jumbo jet? It's neither. These holes are pressure regulators known as breather holes. These tiny holes regulate the pressure passing through the inner and outer panes of the window. While the outside pane is taking most of the stress, you can breathe easily even if there's a window break. They also keep the windows from fogging up so you can get a magnificent view of the ground below. Pygmy jean pockets. These teeny tiny pockets are too small for credit cards, lip balm, and Lilliputians. So what the hell do I even need these tiny pockets for anyways? The answer comes from 19th century cowboys. Though many have speculated what the use is for this pocket for many years, it's because back in the day, cowboys used to use the chain to connect their pocket watches to their pants to keep it from falling in any poopy poopies or sneaky snakies. Taylor's has added these tiny pockets for cowboys to carry their pocket watches. Converse holes. I bet a lot of people have gotten their feet wet due to these tiny holes here. I mean, who decided to put these tiny holes here anyway? Converse did, and that's for air ventilation and to keep your dogs from barking and stinking up the place like blue cheese and toe jam. These holes are also here to help with bar lacing. This kind of lacing will ensure that your Chucky Taylors won't be flopping around all over the place like clown shoes. So remember, if you ever get caught in the rain, there are holes on your Converse. Measuring tape edge. If you take a closer look at your measuring tape, you will notice that there is a serrated edge, and if you don't have a pencil, that's really no problem. You can use the serrated edge to scratch up and mark your place, and that's only the first secret I'll tell you about tape measurers. This hole here can be placed on a nail or put on the edge for your measuring. Pot handle holes. I bet your old busted grandma can tell you the reason why these holes are here, but I can tell you now, those holes are the perfect size to put your spoon in when you're done stirring so that you don't get any of your precious spaghetti sauce on your kitchen counters. Or you could just continue to do the only thing else you do with them and hang them up. Tic Tac lids. Tic Tacs have thought of everything. Not only are these mints super addicting, but the lid is very handy as well. I bet before you saw this video, you would play this game of Tic Tac Russian Roulette where you would try to shake the little container hoping to get one, but you ended up with like 20 of them. The 57 on a bottle of Heinz. Heinz ketchup has created over 5,700 distinct products, so what is this 57 really even about? In 1896, the founder Henry J. Heinz stumbled across an ad for 21 styles of shoes. After some debate, he invented the slogan 57 varieties, even though they had over 60 different products at the time. 57, the lucky number, has been there ever since, and it's been right there for a specific reason. This is the #1 place for you to slap around your ketchup bottle when you're trying to get the most of your ketchup out. Takeout containers. Surprise, I'm back on your ass just like before to show you how to eat like an adult and you can thank me later. Just like the ketchup containers, most Chinese food takeout unfolds into a plate so you can stop dirtying your dishes and making a mess all over yourself like the infant you are. Airport runway numbers. Each and every runway has these two numbers on it, but why? They don't seem to follow any distinct pattern. Well, as it turns out, pilots use these numbers to keep them from mixing up the landing and takeoff runways. Each number matches a direction on the compass sitting at 1 to 36, and each number is corresponding to the compass at 1 to 360 degrees. Every number is different from each other by 18 degrees or 180 degrees, and this makes sure that pilots land and take off where they're supposed to. Reversed military flags. Americans are so very proud of their flag that there are dozens of specific ways for it to be used, flown, and even retired. It is the only flag that doesn't face towards head of state during the Olympics, and must also always be facing forward, which means that the stars are sitting on the left when it's on a flagpole, but when it's on a military uniform, it is reversed and the stars are on the right. The reason for this is very simple. The flag cannot be in retreat as a soldier marches forward, just another sign that America really loves the flag. Fire casts no shadows. Take a look at this picture. Is there something missing? Yes, there is. There's no shadow for the flame, and this is not some kind of magic Peter Pan candle, and you can't use needle and thread or rub it with soap to put the shadow back on it. There's only two things you need to know for this to be true. Shadows are created when an object is blocking the light, and since fire is an energy source and creates its own light, it allows light to pass right through it, so the odds of a shadow ever happening on flame are very low. Maple syrup handles. Have you ever handled a genuine bottle of 100% maple syrup or tried to smuggle any of it from the Canadian border? If you have, you probably noticed these teeny little handles. They are small enough for you to stick your pinky in, but let me tell you, they're not here to help you pour. Then what are they even here for? The reason is maple syrup used to be packaged in 5-gallon bottles, and as the bottles shrank, so did the handles, and just to keep that old school charm, the handles never really went away. So what do you think? I hope you found these facts to be interesting, and let me know of any other facts you'd like me to read in the comments. Thanks for watching.